Hello everyone and welcome back to SaGa 2 Goddess of Destiny. I'm Dylan, your host, and once again this is my first time doing a blind let's play of a game, but I think it's going alright so far. Feels good to finally be doing an RPG here on the channel. RPGs really are my first love. Anyway, last time we created this party here, Elodie, Zenith, Natsmer, and Virtue. Looking very good. I like this menu quite a lot that shows all four characters just sort of standing around in some weird dusk environment. Oh cool, we can see all of their stats at once if we go to the equipment screen. That's a nice feature. I like that. So what have we got right now? Elodie has a bow and a bronze armor. Also she has flame here, and this is the first of her Esper powers. And so basically each character has how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Each character has 8 inventory slots, which should be split between weapons, armor, potions, but additionally, Espers have to keep their powers in those same slots, meaning they get to carry fewer items, but in return, they get powerful magic that they can use again and again. And the one Elodie started with here is Flame, and as we fight battles, she's going to randomly learn 3 more abilities. And if she would learn an additional ability after that, it'll overwrite whichever one of her 4 abilities is lowest on the list. So the order of the abilities in her inventory is going to be relevant later, and so that's something we'll have to keep in mind. Right now she is just Flame, and Flame's a really powerful effect early in the game because it hits all targets. There aren't a lot of ways in this game to damage all enemies at once, but Espers start with one of them, which is really cool. I should say that female Espers start with Flame, and male Espers start with the ice equivalent, which I think is called Blizzard, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Let's see, Zenith here has a long sword and a bronze armor. Natsmer here has a rapier and bronze armor, and Virtue has a derringer, and he has this thing here, which is called O Parapoison, and this is just something inherent to all robots. It's sort of like a power, in that it's a non-item thing that takes up an inventory slot, but it's passive in its effect, and it just says robots are immune to status effects, essentially. But so robots, like Espers, have a slightly smaller inventory, but it's the difference of like 1 slot fewer instead of 4 slots fewer, so it's not really as big of an intrusion. Yeah, and he's got a derringer there. So, and it says at the bottom, team name, childhood friend. I'm not actually sure what that is. That's something that wasn't in the original game. I wonder how I changed that. There's that little icon to the left of it that looks like a D-pad with the left and the right lit up, but I can't like press left or right to get to it. Pressing left and right is just changing the wait. The team name when you start your adventure. Characters are linked by being together for as long as they can remember. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, we looked at equipment. Abilities is like just for changing around the order of someone's inventory, like that. And also for using Esper abilities. And monsters have magic too, it's not just Espers. I'm probably going to forget to mention monsters quite a lot since I don't typically use them. But yeah, just keep that in mind, monsters have those as well. Looks like we have no additional items right now. What was that at the bottom? Oh, yeah, the trash. How many things can I carry? Seems like not a ton. I remember inventory space being an issue in the original game as well, and that I had to throw away things from time to time. Excuse me there, sorry about that. Event items. Okay, event items don't take up inventory space in this, that's nice. We have relics. Can we use that relic we got earlier from our father? Yeah, Spirit Mirror. Can we use that? We can equip it. Okay. Not really sure how to use it. And map abilities. What's a map ability? I don't know. That's something. Oh, here we go. The Relic Sensor. This is what the mirror does for us. Oh, okay. So we like equip the Relic Sensor and then it'll show us where relics are on the map. Allows you to view the number of relics remaining in the current world. Yeah. Let's back out of the menu and see if that shows up on the map. I wonder if that's what the number 1 is on the map. Was that there before? Wait, do I press... Alright, sorry about this, folks. This is a blind Let's Play, so I'm not going to know how to do everything right away, but I'll figure that out soon enough. We have formation here, which is, I guess, just for changing the order of our characters. As far as I know, this is not going to have any mechanical effect. It's just going to affect the order that we input our characters' commands in during battle. What have we got for options? Player notes? Okay. And configuration. Okay, we've got a menu color option. Ooh, that's kind of cool. We'll stick to default for now, just to keep the integrity of the game. Model line. Oh, okay. We'll keep character outlines on. Message speed fast, please. Sound type, cursor type memory, please. Yes. HP bar type. Alright, that's enough menu stuff for now. We'll figure the rest of this out later. Sorry for wasting your time if that's not interesting to you, but I'm just getting a feel for the game still. Oh, okay. There's an icon up there that says Y for ability, so let's press Y, and that'll allow us to use the Relic Sensor, I guess? Oh, awesome. Okay, there are 8 relics remaining in this world. Good to know. It's kind of distracting that there's that ability icon on our top screen, though, so I'm going to go ahead and unequip that Relic Sensor until we decide to use it. That was in map abilities, yes? Unequip. So will that icon be gone now? Excellent. We now have full use once again of our top screen, save for that compass in the bottom right. Seems like something they could have put on the map. And in fact, there is like a little compass on the map showing where our current location is, so I don't know why. Anyway, let's talk to our teacher. In the original game, the teacher was named Mr. S, but I think he's just called teacher in this version. Be careful. Also, in the original game, the teacher came with us for the first dungeon. I guess that could still happen. He might show up later. Don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, Mr. S does come along for the first dungeon of the game, and he provides a little bit of helpful assistance. See, I looked a little bit at the website on the page on Square Enix's website for this game. It's all in Japanese, but the characters' names are written with English characters, so I was able to read it. And the teacher was just named Sensei. So I'm guessing that he was just always called Sensei in Japan, and they changed it to Mr. S for the North American version. And so it makes sense that this translation would have chosen teacher instead. It's a little bit more accurate. Come back soon, Elodie. I think I will. Actually, I probably won't. Oh, is this leaving town? I didn't mean to leave town yet. Wait. Oh, is this our teacher? Yeah, okay. Hey, teacher, I've decided to come with you. Teacher joined the team. So in addition to our 4 characters that we created ourselves, we'll frequently have a 5th guest character coming along for the journey. And if this is like the original, we get full control over them, just as we have full control over our 4 main characters. Before you go out, I have a few bits of advice for you. When you make contact with enemies out there, be warned that a battle will commence. If there are other enemies in the area at that time, it's possible that they may join the fight. Okay, so the original had just completely random encounters as you moved around the map, but this one appears to have more of a Chrono Cross style, where you have to run into enemies to get in a fight with them, and it looks like multiple groups of enemies can join up if you get too close to them, so that could be extremely dangerous. Pressing L and R rotates the camera, pretty typical. There is a limit to the number of times that you can... Oh, okay, yes, so similar to Fire Emblem, weapons can only be used a certain number of times before they break. But this is only true for humans and espers. If you equip a weapon to a robot, it'll have half as many uses. However, it'll be restored to that number of uses whenever you rest at an inn. Basically, the weapon becomes a part of the robot, and then it recharges when the robot recharges. And so that's a nice feature to have. But yeah, for humans and espers, weapons deplete over time, and esper and monster abilities are recharged similar to robots' weapons whenever you rest at an inn. So like, Elodie's never going to run out of flame even though she has 15 uses left, because it can be restored to 15 anytime we rest at an inn. While I'm here with you, I can give you various tips. Okay, so we can listen to chat from our partner. There was something like that in the original game too, where you could talk to someone who was in your party. Anyway, I apologize if there's a little bit of lag. I am running this on emulator, so some of that's to be expected. If it gets too bad, I can try playing around with my video settings, but so far it hasn't been too much of a problem. Past the northern cave is the outside world. Okay. What do you have to say, sir? Something is changing in the outside world. Okay, very vague. Looks like everyone just says like a single sentence message. That's how it was in the original game as well. You're going too, Zenith? Well, go on, take this with you. Looks like Zenith's family is a mushroom person. Yeah, so each of the houses here in town is like the home of one of our 4 characters. It's a pretty cool touch. It like assigns little families to each of the characters just to make them feel, even though we created each of them individually, make them feel a little bit more like real characters and like they're part of the world. Yeah, this is Elodie's house. Oh no, wait, this is not our house, this is Natsmer's house. Take good care of her. Looks like Natsmer was born to a human family, unlike Zenith. A little bit more normal. You're going to look for your father. You've really grown up, Elodie. Yep, we've got his adventurous spirit, so we're heading out into the world to strike our own and to find him. I know you're concerned for your friends, but don't neglect yourself. Get some rest. Alright, so this one is our house, and we can use it as an inn. Albeit a free one, which is good because we don't have a lot of money right now. How much money do we have right now? Any at all? Oh, I guess that's probably what that coin symbol is on the lower screen. So yeah, it looks like $0 right now. But we should be collecting those soon enough as we get into some fights. Was there anything up in Elodie's room, I wonder? We might as well go press A on everything to find out. Nope, does not look like there's anything here. It would be good to find out soon whether we need to be pressing A on everything, like if there are hidden items or if items always show up as chests or whatever. Oh, it looks like there's a back room here. Parents' room. Yeah, pressing A on everything doesn't seem to be doing anything. So maybe everything you can interact with will be a little bit more obvious and we don't have to do that so much. There's the exit, okay. Looks like one house left over on this side. This one's probably Virtue's house. And Virtue's family is a skeleton. Remember to be back by dinner. That seems unlikely. And nothing over here from the looks of it. So, with our teacher at our side, let's head out into the world and see if we can get into some encounters. Try out the battle system. Okay, world map. This is already a little bit disorienting, but luckily our lower screen is a map. Okay, and there's a monster, so we'll let him come to us. And what have we got? A robber, looks like. Okay, and so we have Elodie here with a bow and flame. Let's try out flame right away, even though there's only one enemy. And then Zenith will use his longsword, Natsmer her rapier, Virtue his derringer, and then our teacher has dissolve, fire, and cure. Let's have our teacher do nothing because we don't want him spoiling the fun right now. And I guess I need to press A again to confirm those actions, and let's see what happens. Excellent, okay. So you enter commands for each of your characters at the top of the round, and then everyone executes their commands in initiative order. And it looks like it used the lower screen to actually show us what initiative order is, because that's pretty nice, because it was kind of a surprise in the original game who would go next. Alright, so we obtained 33 Kiro, which is I guess what money is called here. I think it was just called gold in the original. And we obtained a punch. Okay, so the menu was this button. Alright, so I'm going to equip that punch to Zenith. Since I'm thinking about making Zenith our martial arts expert, we'll give him that punch. And martial arts work a little bit strangely in this game. Basically, the idea is that as you practice a technique, you get better at it. So these martial arts weapons start at a very high number of uses. You can see 90 compared to 50 for a sword, but they grow more powerful each time you use them. So right now it's going to be significantly weaker than his longsword is, but by using it, it'll grow more powerful over time, and eventually become much, much stronger than his longsword. And in fact, the final hit with this punch is going to be like a huge critical hit that'll probably take down a boss at some point in our future. Like, it's a huge affair when you finally finish off one of these techniques. Let's see, can we view that? I was talking before about how there's like a weapon proficiency system that humans take advantage of this game. I was wondering if I could see that somehow. Maybe it's on the ability page For Zenith, I do believe that that was in this game and that I didn't just make that up, but I'm not sure how to see it. Perhaps it's something we'll have to uncover later. If we press start, we can talk to our sensei here. You should navigate your way through the North Cave until you reach a town. Okay, that is exactly what I intend to do. I'm hoping to find another encounter first, though. I feel like fighting another monster. Our hometown there is sort of in this secluded valley. The only way in or out is through the cave. Oh, there's a monster. Looks like a spider of some kind. I wonder... Okay, yeah, it was a daddy longlegs. Yeah, I was just about to wonder how much correlation there is between how monsters look on the map and how they look in battle. If you can, like, accurately predict what sort of monsters you're going to find based on their appearance on the map. It looks like you can, which is good. Alright, so we have several enemies this time, so Elodie's going to use Flame, hit all of them. I'm going to have Zenith get started with his punch. I expect this to deal 0 damage, but I'm going to do it nonetheless because we need to start working on that sooner or later. We'll have Natsmer also go after that skeleton. Actually, I'm not going to do that, because if Natsmer attacks this skeleton and defeats it before Zenith's turn, then Zenith will just do nothing on his turn and he won't be accumulating power on that punch of his. So we want someone slower than Zenith to attack the same enemy as him, if anyone at all. And I'm guessing that Natsmer is faster than Zenith is, so we'll have Natsmer go after the daddy longlegs, and we'll have Virtue go after the skeleton. And that'll leave our teacher to take on this jaguar. So let's execute those commands. Yeah, okay. So our teacher used Dissolve there and regained some HP. And like I thought, Virtue is slower than Zenith, so even though Virtue defeated the enemy, Zenith was able to get his hit in with the punch. Only one enemy remaining, but we still get to flame it with Elodie and finish off the fight. Very nice. Ah, and we see that Zenith's max HP is increased. Yeah, like I said, not a lot of correlation between what happens in battle and what stats increase. Like, there's a loose correlation. Like, if you're using agility-based weapons, your agility will increase, and if you're using strength-based weapons, your strength will increase. But, like, it's very random when the stats increase, and, like, HP just increases whenever it feels like, I guess, because Zenith didn't even take damage that fight, and his max HP increased, whereas Elodie, who did take damage, did not gain an HP increase. Oh, cool, and Natsmer gained some HP as well. Very cool, and we also got 99 Kiro. Since Elodie was hurt, let's open the menu here, and I believe we had a curative ability on our teacher, so let's check that out. Yeah, sure enough, he has 15 uses of cure, so we're going to use one of those right now on Elodie, bring her back up to full. And let's see if we can see that cave from here that we were looking for. Is it across the bridge? A little bit further of a walk than I remember from the original game getting to this cave. That monster is seriously chasing us. But I'm just interested in finding the cave right now. There will be plenty of time for fights later. Cross yet another bridge over here. Alright, we'll fight this wolf since it's directly in our way. I suppose it's probably a jaguar and not a wolf. Yep, sure enough, jaguar. Let's try our bow out with Elodie this time, though I doubt she'll actually get to take a turn once everyone else has acted. We'll have our teacher do nothing, though. Don't want him stealing the spotlight. Natsmer attacks with her rapier. Ah, okay. And Elodie did get to attack with her bow, but she missed. Yeah, and 0 damage from Zenith's punch, which is about what I expected since it still has most of its uses remaining. Let's just run it back, do the same set of commands we had last time. See if that finishes off the jaguar. See if anyone can even hit the thing. Jaguar seems to be pretty evasive, I guess. But Elodie hit it with her bow, finishing it off. Alright, Jaguar dropped a meat, but since we have no monsters in our party, no one was able to eat it, so the meat just went to waste. What a shame. And there's the northern cave there, which we'll be able to use to get beyond our hometown and into the larger world. I'll be heading that way next time. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you then.